package for you. And hey, buy XRP.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As ladies and gentlemen, this is a firm warning I'm going to give all of you in the crypto space right now, as this has been something I've preached on my channel time and time again. Crypto security is a priority. An ounce of prevention beats a pound of cure. Alipol is a hardware wallet that got hacked where a user lost $3 million in XRP to sanctioned money launderers. And the last thing I would like is for any of you to have your crypto stolen right at the point before we are about to explode in value. We've waited too long and have been through so much to suffer that way. The crypto space rewards those who are prepared. And there have been numerous times where I've saved people on this channel from calamity. I've always said keep your crypto off the exchanges. Look at what happened with FTX, Celsius, and BlockFi. I've always said to watch out for the wallets you put cryptos in. Ledger is a crypto where I publicly condemned because of their security breaches, data breaches. Users' data have been compromised, and they did something where it made me believe that one day in the future, people's seed phrases could be compromised. That is why I've been recommending to all of you the Decent wallet as my favorite high security wallet on the planet right now. You haven't heard a single negative headline about the Decent wallet yet, and it's because I believe in their security and for them to keep things tight-knit. An ounce of prevention beats a pound of cure, and as we move to the biggest altcoin season we've ever seen before, you need to get your Decent wallets down in the description below, because this is how we're going to protect our generational wealth. Altcoins have never been this oversold. The MACD bullish cross has formed again, and the last 2 times this happened, 2 out of 3 times it has happened in the past, it's created an altcoin season explosion. Will this time be different? I believe we're on the precipice of a massive shift in market sentiment, as gold is on track for its biggest one-day fall since 2020. The Bank of England governor has warned, and I believe there was actually a headline and statistic that said $1.75 trillion in gold's cap has been wiped out. This is important, my friends. This is what you want to see. A pivot from a commodity like gold that people usually view as safer, and that money moving into risk-on assets. A gold crash has been anticipated due to its massive high rise in price. And like clockwork, we have arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, risk-on assets are about to reach their final moments of being suppressed. And in the meantime, it is ETF week. Currently, because of the government shutdown, it's anticipated that things are lagging a little bit in regards to this ETFs, but I also did read a headline stating that ETFs are still very possible for being approved despite this government shutdown. This was stated on the Paul Barron Network, and I want you all to take a listen.
We are doing everything that we can during the government shutdown. That includes the introduction of staking, so something that we were able to accomplish despite the uncertainty in Washington. But watch this space. I think there could be more crypto ETP products launched even while the government remains shut down.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot of people questioning whether we can still see XRP ETF approval despite the shutdowns. And while they may not be exactly on the dates that they were originally presented for because of this shutdown, do not expect it to lag much longer. BlackRock $13 trillion asset manager said live on CNBC that Bitcoin and crypto will replace the traditional financial system. And you have a question. You dare to be bearish. The audacity of all of you. Now hold on tight, as the revolution will be televised.
Getting to, invest in markets through, let's say, crypto. They're investing in it, but now we could get them into the more traditional long-term retirement products. So we look at that as the next wave of opportunity for BlackRock over the next tens of years, as we start moving away from traditional financial assets by repotting them in a digital manner, and then having people stay in that digital ecosystem.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, while Larry Fink is telling you that, the Fed just changed the game for crypto payments, in the words of Paul Barron. Governor Waller's new skinny master account framework means that stablecoin issuers can access Fed rails directly. Crypto payment companies cut out bank intermediaries. Faster settlements, lower costs, legitimacy. Fed actively supporting crypto regulation. And companies like Ripple, Circle, Anchorage have been fighting this for years. Now there's finally a pathway. This is how crypto becomes infrastructure. And here, Fed Reserve Governor Christopher Waller claims that crypto assets are increasingly woven into the fabric of the payments and financial system. Ladies and gentlemen, never forget the big picture. We saw a flash liquidation, and now extreme fear has hit the market. But then is when the predators, the savages, the real investors, that's when we know how to play the game. This is the moment. Surviving this moment is what's going to make us the new 1%. It's always been inevitable. And that inevitability has arrived.
This is an acknowledgement that distributed ledgers and crypto assets are no longer on the fringes, but are increasingly woven into the fabric of the payment and financial system. Now, before we hear from these innovators, I would like to touch on roles that the Federal Reserve plays to support the private sector. These include serving as a convener to solve coordination problems and operating core payment and settlement infrastructure. We are also looking ahead, conducting hands-on research on tokenization, using smart contracts, and the intersection of AI and payments for use in our own payment systems. We do this to understand the innovation happening within the payment system, as well as to evaluate whether these technologies could provide opportunities to upgrade our own payment infrastructures and to enable us to have deeper conversations with the industry on these new technologies.
Now, my friends, we have so much to look forward to. Here, to cap off this video for today, Chris Larson, along with the Evernorth team, are eating our lunch. Any doubter of XRP is going to scream for mercy when everything is said and done. Ashish Birla is the new CEO of Evernorth XRP Digital Asset Treasury. Evernorth is filling the missing link today in XRP capital markets and XRP usage in DeFi products. And Chris Larson invested 50 million XRP in this Evernorth firm. This is where David Schwartz, former CTO at Ripple, went. And all of you need to realize that Ripple is giving us the timeline. Ripple-backed Evernorth aims to raise over $1 billion for XRP Treasury, and they're targeting a NASDAQ debut in Q1 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe there's going to be a November-December explosion in the crypto market into a Q1 2026 bull market as well. Our time is running out to benefit from this madness. But remember that October 10th calamity of a liquidation, if I might say so myself, that was the bottom. There's no more pain left. It's all up from here. And now the XRP army will be vindicated. Now guys, I'm going to leave you for today with Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse taking the stage at a major banking summit alongside giants like JP Morgan and BlackRock. Brad Garlinghouse is dotting his I's, crossing his T's, and letting everyone know how advanced Ripple and XRP truly are. The $8 to $10 mark is my next target, and I will be taking profits at those levels. And if you aren't doing so already, download the Merlin app, the best exit strategy app on the planet. That gives you a free 30-day trial to practice your exit strategies. You could get your free trial done down in the description below. And prepare yourselves for all the profits you're about to make. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
My name is Brad Garlinghouse. I'm the CEO of Ripple. Ripple has approximately 900 employees across our 15 offices worldwide. We were founded more than a decade ago with a mission to enable the Internet of Value, a world where money moves like information does today. We build software products that power cross-border payments, stablecoins, and digital custody. Ripple helps financial institutions reduce friction, unlock efficiencies, and serve their customers better. These are not abstract concepts. We work every day with banks that rely on our technology to deliver real results in the global economy. Ripple leverages the XRP ledger, a decentralized, battle-tested, open-source blockchain, as well as its native digital asset, XRP, to facilitate payments. XRP is built to enable fast, low-cost, and highly scalable transactions. From the start, Ripple made the deliberate choice to work with policymakers and regulators, not around them. We have taken a compliance-first approach, operating with over 60 payment, service, crypto, and money transmitter licenses domestically and globally. With regard to the topic of this hearing, we believe smart legislation should be based on several core principles. Consumers need protection from fraud and scams. Markets need proper oversight. Bad actors need to be kept in check. And innovation must thrive. A constructive and workable framework for digital assets and stablecoins that achieves these goals will expand access to financial markets, create jobs, strengthen the economy, and put the U.S. on the path to being a global blockchain and crypto leader. For the last decade, the legal and regulatory uncertainty surrounding crypto has prohibited meaningful progress in the U.S. At Ripple, we certainly saw firsthand how the lack of clear rules of the road can be weaponized to target good actors. In turn, the technology, jobs, and tax dollars that go with it are pushed offshore, reducing regulatory oversight and putting consumers at higher risk. This has severely harmed American businesses, investors, and of most concerned, consumers. Ripple was the tip of the spear for this regulation by enforcement campaign and was subject to an enforcement action in 2020. We were the first leading U.S. company to be sued by the SEC. We and many others understood that a loss here would be a death knell for the industry. Fortunately, after 4 years of a hard-fought legal battle, we prevailed. The court ruled in our favor on everything that mattered, including finding that the token XRP is not, in and of itself, a security. Our victory cleared the path for other market participants to fight back. Despite these headwinds, Ripple still prioritizes education and engagement with policymakers and regulators globally. For companies to have the confidence to continue doing business in the United States, Congress should focus on passing principled and smart legislation with these critical goals in mind. First, set clear jurisdictional boundaries for our main financial regulators. Second, establish pathways for companies to build in the U.S. without sacrificing investor or consumer protections. And third, ensure that the U.S. can be a global leader in crypto by taking full advantage of the benefits and efficiencies brought by digital assets and blockchain technologies. The U.S. possesses the world's deepest capital markets, the most advanced technical talent, and a spirit of innovation that has powered our nation since its founding. There is no reason we should not be the undisputed leader in digital assets and blockchain. Over 55 million Americans participate in the crypto economy today, equating to over a $3.3 trillion market cap. A smart regulatory framework for crypto market structure is essential to realize that future and is overdue. Speaking on behalf of the crypto industry, I urge you to prioritize the passage of market structure legislation for digital assets through this committee and the full Senate, to provide the rules and regulations needed to ensure that the U.S. becomes the crypto capital of the world. Once market structure legislation for digital assets becomes law in the United States, this will catalyze a new era of U.S. competitiveness and unlock efficiencies in financial transactions, dramatically helping consumers and businesses alike. Ripple hopes to see this become a reality, and we look forward to working with you to help make this happen. I look forward